With the recent additions going on with the Chicago Bulls, we got to come to ask ourselves, will the Chicago Bulls ask Coby White to change his role again? And then we got two voicemails coming up on today's show. Yeah, I know we're going to talk about it, break it all down, but you got to hear the music first.
Cognac. Gang.
Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and on this beautiful day, I am with my dog, CDubb. What up?
What up, though? What we got going on? What's the word?
Not a thing, but hey, before we get into it, y'all help us reach that milestone of 6,700. Y'all know the ultimate goal is 10K. But we going to keep on bumping out and hitting these steps and moving on up. The next on the docket is the 6,800. So if you're tuned in, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It take 2 seconds. 1 second for the like, the other second for the subscribe. But nonetheless, CDubb, it's time to talk about Coby White. When Coby White started off with the Chicago Bulls, he was one of those young starters. Then the Chicago Bulls asked him to move to the bench. And then at one point we wanted to trade him, but then he started excelling off the bench. And then they said, hey, Coby White, come be a point guard. He went out there, he performed as best as he could as the point guard, and then they went out and got Josh Giddey. They couldn't move Zach LaVine. They bringing on Lonzo Ball and Stacey King and others. Might think there's an absolute chance that Lonzo Ball will be a starter. So, CDubb, will the Chicago Bulls ask Coby White to change his role again?
First off, I think it's two paths to this. Two ways people thinking about this. Two ways that I can think about this. The first way, absolutely. Coby White should do whatever it takes to help the team win games, or whatever the path that they're in. If they need him to go back to shooting guard and being an off the ball per se, or a combo guard off the ball, I think he should do so. That's what most professionals will do. But you said in your monologue before you asked me, they told him to switch and try to be point guard, and now you want to switch it over again. He was a combo. Wait, he entered the league point guard, told him to go be a scorer. Then they want you to be a point guard. But I do understand if they want him to be a point guard, because you got two better options, I feel, when it comes to being a quarterback for the offense, in Josh Giddey and Lonzo Ball, of course, if he's healthy enough to play. But what about the guy itself and Coby White? You keep, pick a lane. You want him to be the point guard, or you want him to be off guard and score points for you, or you want him to do both? We need to define a role for Coby White for he won't lose his mind. Jesus Christ. Can he get comfortable in a role first? But I do understand the other side of it too. Like, it's for the betterment of the team. If Lonzo's back and he's back to 100%, I guess you have no choice, correct? If Josh Giddey is the 8 assists a game guy that he's been all his whole career, I guess you have no choice. So it's kind of tough, but it can be simple as well.
It absolutely can be simple. And the simple thing was, you had to move Zach, but you didn't do it. And then one more time, this is the last time I'm going to talk about the anonymous team source, the idiot that should be fired. He putting out all that bad stuff, ain't helping the case to try to move Zach LaVine. Now them Bulls find themselves in a tough situation, trying to see how they can make this. I think they got a lot to work with, but Coby White is a player who worked his ass off. That doesn't necessarily mean, you automatically just give him something. Like, you still got to do what's best for the team. But come on now. There's no way me personally, there's no way I'm saying, Lonzo, after 2 years of not playing basketball, you about to come in and be my starter. That's just how I'm looking at it. And then if you're looking at Josh Giddey, it's a decision you can make. You know what I'm saying? It's not for him and what he's going through and what we seen out of him. I'm with you. You ain't got to necessarily automatically make him a starter either, but it does make sense. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't want people or this organization to forget about your homegrown people, the people who's put the blood, sweat, and tears in the work and been true professionals when it comes to how you address the work. We asked him to better his defense, he bettered the defense. We asked him to facilitate the offense better, he facilitated it better. Probably not to the degree that some people would have liked, but he's done every single thing that the Chicago Bulls asked of him. Absolutely. You should be trying to make sure you have a defined role for him, whether that's being a starter or moving to the bench. But don't keep switching this thing up on this guy, man. Don't keep being wishy-washy. Now, I know injuries could be a part of it, so we can't say, hey, things change when injuries happen. But at this point in his career and what he's shown that he can do, you got to figure it out and have a defined role for Coby White for the foreseeable future, because you got it for 2 more years for the low. You better figure it out.
Yeah, and I got two things. First of all, on your statement with Lonzo Ball, I want you to detract or take away what you said. There's no way, because
I said there's no way I
want you to take it away. I want you to take that away, because if Lonzo is back at 100%, it's cool that you sitting back and like, let me see. But when you say no way, what if Lonzo come back and he's 100% and he looks the same or even better?
If was a fifth, we'll all be drunk right now. CDubb.
But I'm just saying, that's the question at hand. Let's go hyperbole. If he is healthy and right and still the same as he was in 2021, would you want him to start at point guard?
He can start at point guard. Okay. But I'm going to go off. You just said 2021.
Yes.
2021, he got hurt. I got to remember that. If he's 100%, I got to remember that Lonzo Ball is also coming off of 2 years of no basketball. Absolutely. Can he eventually be a starter? Absolutely. I'm saying there's no way at the start of the season, I'm saying Lonzo Ball is going to be my starter if I haven't seen him go up against other NBA talent in 5-on-5. The clips look beautiful, but they clips for a reason, CDubb.
Okay, that's fair. We're going to come to a close. We're going to see what's happening with this real soon. Two more things. Coby White, I've been hearing rumblings in content land about trying to trade Coby White, and y'all just hear me out. We already been down this road. That's an absolute end to the motherfucking no. Do not put Coby White through this again. We're not trading Coby White. That's absolutely cutting the legs off of us before we even start to walk, before we even go back some Jordans. Now, look, y'all thinking y'all could keep Zach LaVine. I think that's coming in from you think Zach LaVine, if we keep Zach LaVine, what do you need Coby White for? Zach doesn't want to be here. That's it. He don't want to be here. Maybe we can get him to change his mind or something, but for right now, he don't want to be here, and I don't want to go down that road with Coby White again. I don't want to do that. I did that. I said trade his ass like two years ago. I said that shit. But once again, Coby White, I think he can do both, and he can be impactful at both roles, nephew. I would think that we just got to be sensitive and have some compassion about the individual. You keep changing his role when he concentrating on one thing, and then you say, okay, Coby, we don't need you to facilitate. We don't need you to be the point guard now. Why are you in the middle of working out, trying to be a point guard? What does that do to the psyche for a player, nephew?
That's what I'm trying to see. Because you can't keep doing this. And the way I'm looking at it is that right now, with where the Bulls are at, you should be trying to hold on to this young talent. And it's for multiple reasons. Because one thing, you got to find your next star that's going to help you move on to the foreseeable future. I believe that when you holding on and you got all these young players who've shown something, you have a chance to strike gold eventually. But you got to let these guys get their reps up. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go and trade for a Kevin Durant per se, or you go and trade for a Paul George or something in the future, and these going to be different names. You know, obviously more disgruntled stars are going to come up in the NBA. So you hold on to these pieces and not just let's get draft picks. The draft picks sound cool, But do we trust this Bulls front office to draft? Not yet.
No.
Montes Buzelis looks good. We
That's
don't
good.
know yet.
Yeah.
We don't know yet. We still waiting on Patrick Williams. We don't know what Dalen Terry looking like. We got an idea of Julian
Yeah.
Phillips and these young guys, but there is no for sure thing as of right now. And we've been waiting for about 4 years for P. Will now.
Yeah.
So allow these young guys to mold themselves up, and then eventually you can strike gold. So as of right now, we chilling. But I'm with you that don't continue to mess with this man's psyche. But if you are gonna change his role, you better be the first one to let him know.
That's crazy. Like, you grow 5 plants, one plant start to grow, and then you just cut the damn plant and kill a plant. That's what you're doing. Like, Coby White is the only one that's really growing, that's really showing up. He was the only one that was in the running for an award, really. You know what I'm saying? I heard some rumbles about DeMar DeRozan was in the runnings for
they draft pick though. So
you know what I'm saying? I ain't even really basically talking about the draft pick, nephew. I'm talking about the team as a whole, like last year. So don't cut off your legs, bro. Don't cut off your legs, bro.
yeah, I'm with you on that. It's definitely one of those topics that can go either way. And I understand it for both sides, like CDubb said. You know what I'm saying? You absolutely have to do what's best for the team. But then on the flip side, you can't keep screwing with this young player's psyche. Otherwise, now you might get another disgruntled player.
Yeah, that's it, bro. And he don't have a long contract, nephew. You know what he got?
2
One
years
more year.
left, CDubb. Over 11 million left.
Look at that. We already getting him for a bargain. He ain't playing with that no more. He need his bag next time.
He need it. Over with. He
need his bag.
Too.
Yeah.
He gonna get that money.
If it ain't from us, it's from somebody else.
That's a fact. But y'all let us know how y'all feeling about that down below. Now it's time to get into the mailbags left by some of our greatest fans in the world supporting the Chicago Bulls. This first one up, CDubb, is from Shay.
Shay,
what's up, Cognac? How y'all doing, man? Look, I've been thinking about AK and what he's been saying about now rebuilding, but taking a couple steps back. And 2 teams popped up in my head. It was the 2013-14 Toronto Raptors back when they traded Rudy Gay to the Sacramento Kings, and they got a whole bunch of role players like John Salmons and Chuck Hayes back, but they ended up getting better. A lot of people had predicted the Sacramento Kings to get better due to the fact that they had got Rudy Gay. And another team was the 2014-15 Boston Celtics, back when they traded for Isaiah Thomas. And they were supposed to be a rebuilding team, but they found a diamond in the rough due to the fact of making that trade. And they had a whole bunch of guys like Jay Crowder, Avery Bradley, and a young up-and-coming Marcus Smart who was trying to prove themselves. Now this is before they got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And I think that that's what we're aiming for. Like, I don't know if y'all remember those teams, but 2014-15, Boston Celtics wasn't even supposed to be in the playoffs, but due to the fact that they made a late push for the playoffs because they had a young up-and-coming at-home team who was supposed to be a rebounding team, but they ended up turning around because they wanted to prove themselves. And also, the other team was a up-and-coming Toronto Raptors 2013-14 team who everybody had predicted them to get bad due to the fact of them trading away Rudy Gay for a bunch of role players like John Salmons. Now, look, I'm not saying that they could be us, but I think that that's what AK is kind of aiming for when he talks about wanting to still be competitive, but not necessarily rebuilding. But hey, I could be wrong. But anyway, tell me what you think. Peace.
All right, so we heard from Shay, bringing it all up and bringing it up. CDubb, what you got?
I see where you coming. I like your premise, but I'm going to just go another route. I'm going to say the Bulls, this iteration of the Chicago Bulls, is more in tune of the year before Orlando Magic. Just think about it. You got a young, coming out of nowhere talent in Franz Wagner. We got a young, coming out of nowhere talent and Montes Buzelis. You got a nice young point guard in Jalen Suggs, nephew. Please be cool, be calm.
I like it.
Okay?
I like him now. He cool.
He cool.
We
Okay.
made
We
up.
got we got a Coby White. We just got, if you look at that Orlando team, it was basically 25 and younger. If you look at our team, it's basically 25 and under, unless you count a disgruntled Zach LaVine and old and depleting and horrible and garbage and shit Nick Vooch. I like to compare them to that team. I think they ahead of schedule, the Orlando Magic, and I think the Bulls can make a jump ahead of schedule, just like the Orlando Magic did. Not the exact construction of the roster, nephew, but the same type of premise in age, youthfulness, athleticism, and spirit.
For sure, I'm with you on that, and I get where Shay was coming from too. It was one of those moments where you say, "Hey, the Bulls." When you look at it, at least if you're on the outside looking in, you're gonna say the Bulls ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? But for us, we like, hey, the Bulls got a lot of young talent, and me and CDubb, we went through this saying that the Bulls, when you talk about quantity, they got a lot of young talent.
Yeah.
Now it's to be seen what the quality will look like, but you
Great.
can't deny that it's so many young players on this squad with experience. These
Yes.
ain't first year players. These ain't second year players. A lot of these players been in this league 3, 4, 5+ years, and they still are young, under 25. So for me, if the Bulls even have some meaningful basketball to play at the end of the season with the quote unquote turnaround, or trying to get rid of all the bad apples out of the bunch, you could possibly be talking about this being a successful season for what we started, or what we believe the start of the season is going to look like. So we shall see. We shall see.
But this weak ass season, we at least making the end season. Not the end season, but the
Play
play
in.
in. Yeah,
I'm
we
with you on that.
Yeah.
We definitely making that play in. That's gonna be a dub for
we
sure.
gonna be lit.
Hey, but appreciate you for calling in, Shay. CDubb, this last one is coming from Humble Service. Here it is.
My boy.
Man, Bobby, this is Humble Service, man. I've been following you and your uncle since the beginning, back when you were working with Hayes, got the show. Anyway, this Zach LaVine thing, man, I've been quiet. This is the first time I ever called. I want to commend you guys. Outstanding show. Matter of fact, you and Hayes, my wife watches, listen to you guys. But let me get to this, man. I ain't get that much time. I got to get this off my chest. I'm 57 years old, and I scout them from the womb to the tomb. I done watched this Bulls organization spin doctor from Jordan to Pippen to Butler to Rose to Noah to et cetera, et cetera. It's always the player. And then they got their people on their payroll or their people in their sources, and you want to dog like Zach LaVine. I'm fine with Zach LaVine, bro. Let it ride. Zach LaVine, you had a chance to let him go when he was restricted free agent. Let him go. But your Michael Reinsdorf said later on, I never wanted him. Then traded him when you had the chance. But now you want to get salty because he does everything else that every other person in the league is doing. And by the way, the Chicago organization has never got a free agent that's top 10 in their prime. But what you said today, you lit them up, baby. You lit them up. You let them know. And thank you for standing on business. I can't tell you how proud I am of you and what you and your uncle and what they doing, what you guys doing over there, man. Because you're speaking for the people. You're fair. You criticize Zach, but boy, I'm big on Chicago Bulls. Or I can't stand them, but I rap with the organization because I'm a Bulls fan. But I know they're hot garbage, man. And when I can go on, but man, just outstanding, and I'm looking forward to it when you put the wax together in another hour or two. Excellent job, my guy.
Appreciate that humble service, and thank you for calling in. And you spoke that truth, man. That's one thing that me and CDubb ain't gonna do. If we wrong, we wrong. If we feel like we right and we told y'all so, we gonna let y'all know we told y'all so. But one thing we ain't gonna do is just because we like a player, we're not gonna come out and say that they play all 82 games well. If you come out and you play 3 games bad, we gonna say wake the hell up and get back on track. That's what it is. And that's why we had a mailbag episodes as well. So y'all can call in, chime in, get y'all input out there, and be a part of this dope family that we building up over here with this awesome network and group of guys that me and CDubb work with all the time. So Continue to do that, and we appreciate you for calling in and supporting them. And we're going to keep holding this organization accountable, whether they hearing it or not. Somebody going to hear this shit because they got to get it together.
Yeah, shout out Humble Servant for being one of those day ones, bro. You heard him. He said he was there from the beginning.
Sure.
Nephew absolutely cooked, lamb-basted, and destroyed them with that take that he had the other day. Was it yesterday, nephew, or was it the day before?
A few days ago.
A few days ago. And just to add on quickly to it, Chicago Bulls, y'all got y'all damn nerve, bro. Y'all got y'all mother effing nerve to leak this shit out, because I know it's y'all. That's y'all. Y'all probably did it on purpose. What makes you think that you guys in high moral standing right now? Just like my man Humble Servant said, you had the opportunity to trade, Zach. You had the opportunity. You went and paid them max money, and I wasn't mad at that. But if you didn't like them, you run the organization, get rid of them. Trade them, let them walk as a free agent, do something. But don't keep them and pay him max money and then treat him like shit in his tenure when he with you. There's been a lot of unfair shit going on with Zach LaVine. He ain't devoid of criticism and blame as well. But it's beginning to look like y'all trying to bully and sneak this on Zach LaVine. And it's really nasty work. It's nasty work, bro.
Absolutely is nasty work. CDubb, you got anything left before we roll up out of here?
Nah, we out of here, man. Thanks for all the support that you guys giving us. Y'all know that the next goal is 6,800. We gonna see y'all there. We gonna get that soon because y'all been killing it. Y'all the greatest in the world.
Y'all already know, definitely the greatest in the world. And thank y'all so much for tuning in on today's episode. Make sure you subscribe here for all your latest Bulls content. Hit that like button and subscribe. Y'all already know. And if you want to be a part of an episode like this with the mailbag, so where you get your voice played over these lines, call in 773-242-9219. Thank y'all, Bulls Nations. Always see red. And of course, we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Shout out Humble Servant, bro.
On me.
Cognac. Gang.